what I'm going to talk to you about is three things. I'll start with the two cultures idea. So, in many ways to think about this, but if you, in some sense, the art and science division was recognized by C.P. Snow in 1959, and that I think this kind of difference in culture persists very much today. If you go to the Latin of the terms, in fact, it reveals a real fundamental difference between the two approaches. Art is about joining, putting things together, and science is about cutting, taking things apart. Now, those two things are actually interestingly complementary, and they often work together. Of course, artists cut in order to put things together, and of course, scientists also want to join and come up with new theories. And art and science have had a long history of interactions and interplay. For example, the technology of the photography over a century and a half ago had dramatic influence on art, changed the way, as Walter Benjamin observed, that it not only, the question was not, is photography art, but how does photography radically change the function of art in culture? So it provoked our new conception of what is contemporary art. I want to acknowledge someone like Billy Kluver, who was a pioneer in bringing together artists and scientists, and his work with 9 Evenings, which has been resurrected in a number of forms in the last couple of years, is still very interesting to look back on, in the sense that he operated really as a catalyst, and he was able to draw these two cultures together. Of course, there are many works that have existed since over the last 50 years, connecting art and technology. So there's Pike. This is a Bay Area, one of my favorites, survival research lab. There's Stellark. There's Julia Scher. There's John Simon. I think one thing that's happened in the last, maybe since probably, I want to say 10 or 12 years, is the emergence of net art as a field. And as a subfield within contemporary art, especially around media and digital art, it was a field that emerged after the World Wide Web. Almost simultaneously with the emergence, artists started using the web as an artistic medium and started exploring how it could be used to convey artworks and also and to critique some of the cultural assumptions that were built into the World Wide Web. And I also want to say that it's not all digital. That there's a number of interesting issues on media that look beyond digital, that have to look at issues like biology and genetic engineering, like Eduardo Kack's transgender bunny. Transgenetic bunny, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what threw me off. And I also want to say, you've brought into I consider the top curators in the world in this in new media. Steve Dietz, who spoke last night, and Christiana Paul, who's here, and who has done amazing things in putting together exhibits and writing and really synthesizing what all this the impact of media art.